welcome back to episode 49 of Bearded Ramblings. I am one of your two unfortunate hosts tonight because we'd rather be gambling on the dogs and losing, and then you have to kind of do things for the Chinese triads that you'd rather not want to.
Incorrect. We would not.
Well, all right then. I guess I would, because it makes me feel alive and important. But Mr. Paragon of Virtue down there is Krendar. Hello, sir.
I mean, I just don't really care about gambling in general, but especially not in something like that. Hello.
And we are joined by the lady of the hour, who's reminding us all to keep on chugging, and perhaps one day you too can live in someone else's head for free. Life goals. Missy Ann, good to see you back.
Hey guys.
And we are joined by RealizeTV, who was very cool coming in for the save.
Yes. Yeah. For the win.
Yeah, for the win.
Yeah.
We had some problems throughout the week getting someone to co-host with Missy. And
yeah, it's because people hate me.
Even your friends.
Nobody wants to fucking stream with me.
Like, unless
the two other people were like, "Oh yeah, oh wait, it's with Missy." No, I something came up. I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, life comes first and all that, but it did leave us in a bit of a shit position, let me tell you. But we bounced back because we are solid, like a mighty oak before the storm. Strong.
Yeah, and because Realize helped us out. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Very thankful.
Before we get into the meat and indeed the two potatoes of tonight's show, there's some things I'd like to talk about first. Number one, at any point during the night you wish to help out this channel grow, and we've just hit 250, which is fucking awesome. If you want to help this channel out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you do, be sure to hit that bell. I'm told it's important, but I'm also told other things are important too. So we will see. And don't forget to check out the links for Twitter, Discord, and our guests, with the exception of Missy, who you didn't really give me a link to. Like, I didn't know which one to pick.
Everyone knows my Twitter.
Yeah.
If they don't know my Twitter, they don't like me anyway.
Yeah.
No one actually likes me, so you don't have to worry about
lies.
Someone is overrated. Like you were having a conversation about a person who you didn't like just a few minutes before we went live, and it's still stuck in your head. The name?
Well, because it got me expelled from high school. Like it was kind of like a significant moment in my life. So of course
that's why you still remember the name, I guess, huh?
Yeah, if it was some random, I've done a bunch of random shit. I'll fucking remember. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Missy, you are an institution, and we love you.
I'll be back.
And finally, the most important thing is, of course, we have our stream goal down there. Anything that we could get tonight would be greatly helped from you. But not required. Just, it would be a big help. And anything made tonight, Krendar gets his slice of the tiramisu.
Better than pie.
Oop. Not as good as souffle, in my opinion.
I haven't had souffle.
It's not as heavy as a lot of other like desserts and cakes and things like that. But the thing is, that might turn some people off. Because they might want more texture, you know. But anyway, we have a lot of shit to look at tonight. And I don't mean literal piles of manure, because I don't think YouTube would like that.
Because that's been banned.
Yeah. That's, we once again are seeing cancel culture at full work.
Actually, are we going to be talking about that tonight?
We're going to be talking about everything.
Yeah. Someone cancel my pain, please.
No, that one stays.
Oh, if it was that easy.
Yeah. This one's actually a little while old, but it's something that made a lot of people very angry across the board because it 100% reminds us that rich people would prefer if we were literal chattel and or slaves.
Well, I like how this guy's just directly calling the American citizens dogs.
Right. He backpedaled, but when I say the damage was done, it was fucking done.
Benefits. And you live with a partner who also is getting $800 a week unemployment benefits. $1,600 a week, Laura. $83,000 a year for that household in unemployment benefits. The median income in America is only $63,000. We're incentivizing people.
Now, I'm willing to believe that the unemployment payments in the U.S. are possibly $800 a month. Not per week. I highly doubt.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, a good friend of mine. He's on he's on government assistance. He only gets like $8,000 a year.
Yeah.
Think how much is our dole? Our dole is $200 a week. So someone wants to do the math. Oh, you also get.
Yeah, that's roughly what we get here too.
It's enough to keep yourself fed and, in theory, find a place to rent. But a lot of places don't like taking money from because, the stereotype, oh, you must be on drugs and shit like that. And yeah, there are people who do that shit who are also, they're a bit scummy. But at the exact same time, they still need a place to live.
There are certain unemployments that are paying out like $600 a week, but in order to be eligible to get that $600 a week, I think you had to have been working like a certain amount of hours and making a certain amount before the pandemic to even be getting that. So it's not everyone that's getting $600 a week, but they did do something where they added extra money into all of the unemployment. So it's not necessarily like the same thing as the people who get like cash assistance and food stamp stuff.
Yeah.
Because that stuff goes once a month. The unemployment is a weekly thing. You get a weekly paycheck with that. And that's why they're having such a hard time getting they're literally paying people extra to come and work because no one wants to get off of unemployment because they're making more on unemployment right now than they would be making if they got an actual job.
Which is ironic.
I find very hard to believe.
You would think, but literally I could drive through my city right now and I could get you 17 people or 17 places that are desperate to have people come in and work there. And everyone is not working. No, everyone's collecting unemployment.
Which, if America was managed a little better, could be a great sort of segue for you guys to get a UBI. But you're going to fuck it up and mismanage it like you've been doing everything else.
Yeah, we tried getting UBI in Canada, but it apparently didn't go through, as far as I can tell.
The whole thing is fucky. The whole thing is just absolutely fucky. I know places where. Normally to be a server, you make well below minimum wage because you make tips, right? And there are certain places that are paying servers and bussers above minimum wage, plus their tips, just to get them to come in and work.
The thing I kind of feel is that some people are just insanely bitter about being treated like you don't matter anymore, so goodbye and piss off.
I think
I'm pretty sure y'all know if you just got let go for no reason, all of a sudden that same person as you come back, you'll probably tell an individual to go self-fornicate.
I noticed that anytime they have to raise their wages, people come back and actually put effort into their jobs. And you think that maybe I know, right? And you'd think that they'd be wise enough to do that. But I know there are other places in the States where they've made them sign forms saying that we will not take a wage hike, which is so. I can expect them to have guns pointing at the back of their head when they're signing that.
That should not be legal.
It's about as legal as how they can magically tell them that they can't form a union. This is what America is. This is what a lot of the world has become. And this is why this little shits like this and these two little shits who live in absolute opulence are looking down at, well, what they
to stay home. What if we gave that additional unemployment benefits to employers to incentivize people to go to work?
Well, what if we just cut off the unemployment? I mean, hunger is a pretty powerful thing. I don't mean physical hunger, because people,
yeah, you do.
People who truly are in need help. I'm talking about people who can work but refuse to work. But the government is literally putting anvils in many ways on people's shoulders, either through the mandates, regulations, and now through free money, which obviously we're all going to, the piper eventually has to be paid. John, I want to ask you, though, about this idea of work-life balance. Because, look, no one wants to miss their kids growing up. No one wants to, you stay in the office your whole life, you never see your family. So that's really important. However, have we taken that a step too far when you think of, well, a lot of the millennials talking about, well, I need time for self-care. I don't know why I'm harping on that tonight, but the whole self-care movement is a little, I mean, my mother's not with us anymore, but she worked by the time she was 12.
That's not something to be proud of.
No.
Very bad take.
It's
my mother broke labor laws.
Yep.
Right.
This is like the core
but even just
of
her
the argument.
harping on self-care, just like, okay, so that means that you're obviously not a bitch who takes time to like do a skin routine or fucking,
right?
You know, like I'm
like
worried.
I bet she doesn't work very many hours as well.
I'm worried for you, ma'am.
Yeah,
her idea of working is going to like gala events and mixers.
Self-care is important. Self-care is a part of self-love. Like, you have to love yourself.
Yeah, like, do you think this lady works 80-hour work weeks? I doubt it.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure she's self-caring herself quite often at home.
She's probably a 20-hour work week.
Batteries and, is made of silicone.
If she heard the self-care thing, I think her head would explode.
I think that's right. I have a friend in the military.
Ghouls. Shoe on Head said it best. These are fucking ghouls.
Trains military dogs, Laura, and they only feed a military dog at night because a hungry dog is an obedient dog. Well,
eat the rich.
If we're not causing people to be hungry to work, then we're providing them with all the meals they need sitting at home. I'm completely with you, Laura. These benefits make absolutely no sense to us. And on top of the impact of not getting
That's why he's so pissed off, because the hospitality industry hasn't fully recovered yet, and they have to pay a fortune to get people back in, like you were saying. So he's basically having a hissy fit that he only has 2 condos down in the Caribbean rather than 3,
Yeah.
Employees are not being able to run our businesses in my industry,
which will sink anyway when climate change kicks into high gear. So
we have meat prices are up 10%, chicken prices are up 15%.
No, inflation is killing. Is going to kill business. I mean, that's the next shoe to drop.
Yeah, absolutely. The Democrats are going to go and, I don't know, found a socialist republic or some shit like that. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, just don't, treat your employees like they're fucking dogs.
Right. And it's all about how they treat their employees and getting employees in there too, because I saw a different news program that it's not about like a lack of product. There's plenty of product there. They don't have the drivers or the means to deliver said product. So that's why it's costing so much, because they don't have a way to get it to you. So it's costing them more to try to get it to you somehow, because they don't have a normal supply of drivers to deliver the stuff.
Which
that'll do it.
You know what? If the drivers had a union, this would be a great time for them to go on strike and get some fucking chances to improve their lots. And I know the Teamsters kind of do, but they're far flung and they're very unorganized at times. But
aren't people at Nabisco like going on a full on strike?
Oh yeah, we'll look at that in a minute. But Krendar sent us something. He wants us to hear the song of his people, or at least from Alberta.
We were talking about Canadian Texans versus American Texans earlier before the show. So I found this. Now, I've never been to Alberta, or at least outside of the airport, so I don't know 100% how accurate this is, but we'll have a listen. It could be totally accurate. I don't know. I just like how this guy, his name is Rick Richard.
Sometimes coach, but most of the time I just walk around collecting stuff. Like this bottle of beer. It's old, it's called Kootenay, and guess where it's from? Kootenay's. Umpty. Too bad though, right? Of an aged beer like that. I also collected this too, because from 1988 Calgary Olympics kept the tags on to keep its worth vintage. We're going to take a break from building things today, and we're going to talk about language, namely, how to speak the dialect known as Albertan. And we have a different way of speaking out here in Western Canada. They sure do out east. But out here in the West, we have our certain phrases as well that we like to call...
Also, this is not all of West either. BC does not sound anything like this.
Right on into it. So
that's the westernmost province there is.
I've heard people out of Vancouver and even Vancouver Island. I know they have a slightly different way.
It's not that they don't sound that different from people in Ontario for the most part.
With the
or at least it never stood out to me.
Great way to start.
There's probably some minor differences.
Verbal punctuation, and these are two words that are very key to Albertish. And these are the words right. Following right is on. On. Right on.
Right on.
Very key
right on.
Two words in Alberta, that's for sure.
He reminds me of a character from Letterkenny.
Yeah.
That's why I wonder if he actually talks like this or if he's doing a character.
I don't know.
It would be like if you're going to do a cousin of the Eastern Canadians' way of saying, let's put that up in the corner.
You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of anytime Family Guy did a parody of a Canadian.
Yeah. I think he's at least hamming it up a bit.
I was gonna be like, you can take my smoothie bill, eh?
Learning how to say until you're at least over 12 years old. After you've seen you know what I'm saying? So they would say it like, oh, the Maple Leafs just win the sporting event. F&E. That's how they would say it. So we say it right on. Not only just the Easterners, because they're great people, but we like to say it right on. I don't think they say it as much out there. So.
Oh my god, I don't know why I just thought this, but imagine a Tickle Me Elmo, but from Alberta. I don't
sound like words.
So first way right on is at the end of a sentence and saying it's a really good thing that just happened. Like, so you're here for the stampede. Someone walks up to you and says, hey, we can't go to a family obligation, maybe a death in the family. Let's not get that deep. But they're like, here's 2 free tickets to the finals for the Bulls. You're like, right on. You're very happy. Right on. Or the boss walks up to you at work and he's like, hey, you work really hard here. Here's a surprise raise. $1 bill. You say, right on. Because this is life-changing stuff. Exclamation point, right on. It's right on. Number 2. As more of a state, let's put a period here and a little exclamation mark. It's more of a solid thing. Like if your mom realizes that you haven't eaten anything real except for pizza pops in the last week, so she brings over a casserole that you don't really like too much because it's full of peas, but she brought it for you and now you're not going to go hungry. You're like, right on. You know, this is a profound
one.
He scales it back.
A pizza pop?
Yeah.
I think it means like he's talking about like pizza pockets.
Oh, like a frozen pizza
pocket. Why do you call them pops?
Yeah. Sorry, what, Missy?
Why do you call them pops?
I don't know. I think that's just like a brand name here or something.
Okay.
It covers 2 bases.
Probably because they're frozen. I don't know.
You're very happy about it. Number 3 would be
I was literally thinking of like a
pizza on a
popsicle.
Pizza on a popsicle stick. Hell yeah.
Like, the fuck is a pizza pop? ...
after. This is a way to use right on to get out of conversations that you don't really want to be into, like your buddy who's going through marital problems and he likes to
marital problems.
So he's like, so I went home last night. There's like,
isn't Alberta bordering areas where everyone sounds like they're from Fargo?
I think it's bordering the actual state that Fargo is in. Yeah.
Yeah, and they all. I can tell that they're very distant cousins from each other. The way he's going on. Oh yeah.
I'll take a look at the map.
Another cologne in there, and all of a sudden the dog's not fed. So I'm like trying to feed the dog. You don't want it to die. You're like, right on. Right on.
Right so yeah, there you go. That's
so trying to get out of the conversation.
It is an actual brand name.
Picking up on the radons. Maybe it's time to just turn heel and scoot right the F out the door. Number 4, let's go with how not to ever use the 2 words right on. And this would be as like a question. It's never a question. Right on is never a question.
Don't right on? I guess that's a faux pas, you know?
Forget. So
yeah, I just looked up on the map.
Just died and you're like, right on? It's not right on. It's right, I guess there would be equivalent of right off, which doesn't exist unless you're spelling it like this with a W-R.
Yeah, it's Pillsbury.
Then, of course,
pizza pops are made by Pillsbury.
6 Intrepid. Let's write that on the board here. Then all of a sudden it
becomes
called
Pillsbury in America.
Right on. A write-off is definitely almost always a right on.
It's called what? In Dublin.
If you're driving, say something you don't really want to be driving. So let's recap real quick. Your right on can be, hey man, here's a free pair of jeans, right on! Because they're the ones you've been looking for a long time.
And you just get a free pair of jeans, which has happened to me before.
I love how he's spending 4 minutes explaining the term right on.
Apparently this is all you need to know.
I'm not.
All you need.
I can't sound like Joe Swanson.
Yeah.
God damn it, Joe.
Fucking A.
That's...
And he slipped a little fucking A in the corner.
Right on, eh?
Okay, let's...
He wasn't wrong about any of that, mind you. But yeah, he was funny how long he took.
What was the gist of it? Like, nothing there you had umbrance with?
No. I just grabbed that to try to find an example of Albertan accent, and I don't know if I found an accurate one or not. But I didn't have time to keep looking, so I just dropped that.
Bloody thing. Can I never be free of this? Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, and if anybody in chat's curious about pizza pops, there you go. It's a thing.
Pizza pop.
Yeah, DJ.
So this is something you sent there, Realize. Nabisco Bakery across the U.S. on strike is potentially
not the Oreo supply.
Oh no, Oreos so mundane and at best mildly curious with the weirder flavors.
I don't think I've bought a Nabisco product in decades.
Same. I mean, we have Oreos over here, and we get them in a good few flavors. But I mean, there's so much.
I mean, I don't even buy cookies in general at all, anyway. So
biscuits, thank you very much.
Biscuit.
The biscuit. Let's see. So, bakeries and Make-Ors and Chip Ahoy, Ritz crackers have gone on strike. Now, I've had Ritz before. You get Ritz over here, but we also have Tuck. Our version of it is Tuck, and frankly, it's better. Contract negotiation with parents. Approximately 200 workers in Oregon have been on strike for 2 weeks. Another 400 in Virginia. Oh, Jesus. Employees in sale, Aurora. Gee, yeah, it's what are members of the Bakery, Confectionery, Tobacco Workers, and Grain Millers International Union. Wow, that probably came from a much different time when tobacco workers were probably much more respected and like public.
Yeah.
Did you hear Danny DeVito got like his check mark on Twitter taken away because he's supporting the strike from the
that's terrifying that Twitter is backing strike busters basically.
It is terrifying. It just shows how corrupt and silently disgusting they really are.
Right? Like why would they give themselves away like that?
Right. Like especially if they gave it back, like it's obviously someone was butthurt and did it and got in trouble for doing it, and now they're trying to cover their ass, and they're probably going to have some sort of like thing that comes out now, like, oh, Twitter's in support of the strike workers. Here's our like petition, sign this to like help them, or whatever the fuck they're going to.
The smart move there would have been to immediately declare that, oh, sorry about that. This was a rogue employee. They've been dealt with.
Right.
Like rather than
that'd be a smart thing to do.
But not that we would believe them, but they should. You would think they would have at least have tried.
Harder than to just give it back and not.
But as far as I've seen, they haven't said anything like that, which just proves that they are big corpo, basically.
Yeah, of course they are. Fucking course they are. Susan's just as bad.
Yeah. Speaking of big corpo, how has your streams of Cyberpunk been going?
Oh, yours truly?
Yeah.
Pretty good, actually. We've been introduced to Johnny, who's mostly just spending his time trying to kill me, which is always great. And
he's friendly like that.
You know, he's also been doing fantastic things like commenting on every third thing I do.
Yep. He's got some good snark.
Yeah. I've beaten the game before, but this time I'm gonna run. I want to do the ending where you're in the space station with the nuke. That's what I want to do.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. I have no idea what you're talking
about. But
the Cyberpunk game.
Yeah. So many endings. I got a really depressing one first time round. I'm like, I don't want to do this playthrough again. Don't ever.
I have it. I bought it before, I pre-ordered the thing before it came out, and everyone realized it had a whole bunch of fucking glitches. And I got I think I played it for 2 weeks, and I haven't done it.
Is yours on console or PC?
Console.
Oh yeah, I heard the console versions are way buggier.
Yes, it's very buggy.
Yeah,
because they had time to finish the PC version for the most part, but they didn't have time to properly bug check the console ones before the publisher forced them to push it out the door.
Yeah, and if I understand correctly, are the Xbox One and PS4 really old now?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, they've been their last generation.
Basically, yeah.
The AMD Jaguar is a garbage processor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I need to tell
This is not a game that should have been put on those. If they wanted them to be on console, they should have waited for the new generation, which had just been coming out at the time, but they should have made it exclusively on that, because there's no way a PS4 is going to run Cyberpunk properly.
Yeah.
Or an Xbox One.
Well, wasn't it still even when they put it out, still just not ready to be?
And Claire, there is a delicate balance here,
right? That too.
Understandably,
there's both.
Sorry.
Wait, what are they calling the new Xbox again?
Series X. Series X. Yeah, there's the Series X, which is the big black tower, and the Series X, which is a rectangular prism thing.
Mm-hmm. That's the one that's competing with the PS5, then, right? The Series X.
Yeah, that's competing with the higher end PS5.
God, they come out with such stupid names for the consoles.
They really do.
Switch is at least a good name, but PlayStation can't figure out names, so they just make sequels.
What would be the perfect console name for you?
Oh, who knows? But I mean, Series X is just as stupid. It's just bad.
Yeah, they should have called it they should call it the Xbox Scarlet because of the Scarlet engine, and then the Xbox One X should be called the Xbox Scorpio.
Those would have been good names. Nintendo usually has good names for their consoles, with the exception of the Wii and the Wii U. Those were stupid names. But Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube, Switch, all good names.
Yeah, I have played on
PlayStation doesn't even try.
Before. I never liked the Dreamcast as a name. I always thought
did you say you never played it?
Actually, I thought Dreamcast was a great name, but kind of a boring console. Sorry, what was that, Missy?
Did he say he's never played an N64 before?
Said something.
No, I have played it. I have played N64 before.
Oh, I thought you said you never have. I was like, okay.
I have played. I played the first Smash Brothers on it.
Okay. Yeah, that was one of my first consoles. That's why it caught my attention.
I always found it funny how people rant and rave about the Dreamcast, but I never really liked any of the games that were on it.
I loved my fucking Dreamcast, okay?
Crazy Taxi was
that's fine. I'm just saying, for me personally, the game selection on it just wasn't exciting to me.
The only reason I liked it, right?
It was good hardware for the day, though.
I had it when I was like in my early 20s, and I had this fucking like South Park trivia game, and it was the greatest drinking game on, because you had to know South Park, but it was also like stupid and funny, and it would make
I
you
remember
laugh,
that
so,
game.
Like,
Yeah,
it was done like a game show, wasn't it?
Yeah, like it was just fun to like get stupid drunk and have everyone play this.
I never saw that game, but it sounds good though.
That was a while of my drink fest, so like it's a very specific reason.
Yeah,
so I guess
although personally, I have really enjoyed the last two South Park games that came out, Stick of Truth and
Fractured Butthole.
Fractured Butthole, yeah. So those were really fun.
So glorious.
I just love the double, actually triple meaning of that in the game as well.
Hours of me fucking sitting there just making dumb jokes while Shab is trying to like explain that game to me.
Yeah, it was a good game. I also like the way they trolled us with it too, because they explained to us like, no, like yes, we made it sound like we're saying fractured butthole, but that's not actually what we mean. We're talking about like we're talking about like it's a Marvel Civil War story. That's what we mean. They're fractured, but they're also whole. You see, we're just trolling you with the name. But then you find out later in the game that actually they do mean it the other way as well, and they were lying to us.
Yes. I'm not that guy. I'm not that glorious.
Also, the fact that the most difficult boss fight in the entire game was Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
Yeah, no one messes with Morgan Freeman.
You can't.
Mm-hmm. He was an option. He was like one of those optional boss fights you don't have to actually do, but it's actually the hardest thing in the game.
Yes, South Park
like
Chef's Love Shack. Thank you, Bill Portley. That's what it was called.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was like how in the Final Fantasy games you've got like Emerald Weapon and Ruby Weapon. You don't have to fight them, but they're super hard and it could be fun challenge or whatever.
Yeah,
and that's basically what Morgan Freeman was.
Yeah, I can kind of imitate Isaac Hayes. He's like, "Good morning, children."
That's pretty good. I like the episode after he quit the show because he was being a little pussy, and then they just
they reuse his old lines.
Troll the shit out of his character, reusing old lines. Yeah.
Son of Mars, my black ass.
I mean, do you expect any less though? Like, it was.
I mean, I didn't know he was gonna turn out like that. You know.
Well, obviously, but like when he did turn out like that, like the way that they did that, I just
that was beautiful.
They'd been for years making fun of every other religion, including Hebrewism, both of them being Jewish, and then they were like, "Hey, so we're going to make fun of Scientology." He's like, "Whoa, that's too far."
How can you be a member of South Park and not be able to take a little bit of teasing? Come on.
That's what I keep saying about just like our generation in general. It's like, yeah, like we're the generation that grew up on South Park. Why is everybody so offended all the time?
Right.
What's wrong with you guys?
Exactly.
We grew up on South Park and Beavis and Butthead. What the fuck?
It's really sad.
Hey, Beavis. hey, Butthead. Bill Clinton's a fat ass.
You can go whack it in your tool shed and be offended somewhere else. So I don't understand.
Like, you know, have you seen the Beavis and Butthead episode with Bill Clinton?
Yes.
Hey, Butthead, shut up. Yes. I better not make someone poop themselves from laughing.
And the crowd goes quiet. Deep down inside, we're all laughing in here, and that's what matters.
Yes. Deep inside of our butts.
Yes,
in our anuses, in our faces of someone who talks out of their ass.
Yes, I have made the 7 people watching collectively shit inside their own ass,
which is
and piss themselves.
I mean, where else would you shit, really?
Yeah. Unless you want to talk about that South Park episode where they get sick coming, they stuff the food up their asses and it comes out their mouths.
Oh yeah, I don't know why you want to do that. That means you have to taste the shit on the way out.
Apparently they didn't. They carbon tested it, and like it comes out normally. It's I don't know what the joke of that is, but we do see Martha Stewart jam an entire roast chicken up her ass.
No less. Turkey. They're much larger.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I guess we'll have to. We could talk about Afghanistan, but everyone's been hearing about it already. I think the gist of it is it went shit so fast that no one's even really been able to process it, and absolute horrible things are happening right now.
I mean, I feel like a large part of the defending Afghani troops must have been on the Taliban's side or paid off or bribed or
they just
something.
Didn't like the government. They just did not like the government. The government, America.
Because they obviously, my point being, they didn't even try to stop them. They just let them walk in.
Some of them sided with them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They must have, because they let them.
I think it's either either America was completely oblivious to what was happening underneath their noses while the Taliban was growing, or they weren't training these people properly, or the people just weren't bothering actually learning and wanting to defend themselves against them.
Because they had the Taliban massively outnumbered, but they didn't. They could have stopped them easily, but they didn't feel like it. Right.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's insane that everyone's going back and forth like Biden or Trump on who to blame. Like, how about you blame the dude that started the fucking shit 20 years ago?
Bush,
back laughing,
he gets
feeling like, oh, I'm deeply troubled by what is going on. It's like, no, you're deeply troubled by the shit you started 20 years ago.
Yep.
So, like,
from what I understand,
let's get the facts straight first.
Did you see the people on the side of the planes?
I didn't understand what the fuck they were trying to prove by doing that. Like, what were they trying to achieve?
They were trying to leave. They were trying to get out.
You can't fly somewhere on a plane by hanging onto the wing, you dumbass.
No, they don't know.
They're so desperate they'd probably prefer falling to their deaths rather than being like raped.
They were
going
to try.
That's probably a good point. Yeah.
Like, do you have any? Here's something that we have to remember: through all the politics, all the finger pointing, all that. Well, anyway, let's get on with our day. Thousands and thousands of people are very scared, and a lot of them are going to die and are being killed right now, and are being abused and
worse,
and like all things under the sun. The worst things are happening, and the worst is a lot of people are just very apathetic about it. They're rolling their eyes and going, "Well, that would have happened anyway." Maybe we should have never let it get into a situation where it was going to happen anyway. Maybe we should have gotten we had 2 decades to turn this place into somewhere that people might have defended, but they fell apart in 5 seconds. Second America was pulling out. Like, it's just, it was like the government was like, right, we're leaving. Why? Because we don't want to. I mean,
it just proves that the entire 20-year nonsense was pointless to start with.
Absolute pointless.
Yeah, it was just done for all the defense contractors to make money.
How many billions of dollars did we spend on that war for 24 years?
Free healthcare went into Afghanistan.
Nothing.
Like your free education, free healthcare, all that was thrown into Afghanistan and Iraq. And you guys are still in Iraq, by the way. Do you think that's going to survive any better the second you leave? This makes me want to cover a phone in human skin.
Not that thing.
Oh, I warned you we'd do this.
I hate you so much.
We can go back to talking about
so fucking creepy.
All right.
Who came up with this idea?
I have heard that track way too many times.
I'm not going to mute it to speak to. Yeah, trillions.
That is like.
Why?
It's like and did you have why are you showing this off by telling us how to stroke and tickle it?
It looks like a scrote that's being deballed.
Yeah.
Oh, they have on.
What is the purpose of this?
You can wear it.
Do you think this is a real product, or are we being trolled?
I don't know.
I think it is real.
What's the point?
Yeah, it's probably real.
Why?
We'll read it up afterwards, but I mean, all right, what's worse, this or the celebrity salami?
What is
are we sure they're not connected?
From the makers of Celebrity Salami.
I mean, when you clone the salami, it's got to come with skin, right?
Oh, that's true.
What's the Celebrity Salami?
I don't know if I want to know the answer to that.
We have so much negative stuff. If you really want to go down the rabbit hole, watch last week's show.
Well, let's go down the septic tank.
Let me put it this way. What do you think it is based on what it sounds like, and you are correct?
I think it's celebrity dildos.
Nope.
Oh, no. No, we're talking literal salami here.
Yep. So, all right, the TDLR
salami
is
that's made out of famous animals?
No, famous people's DNA, which is donated and then used in a lab to become the protein of salami. Yeah.
So it's basically cloned human meat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of famous people.
It's basically cannibalism. Okay.
And you get to specifically order the specific celebrity you want to eat.
They have 5 choices right now, including Kanye and Ellen.
Wait, were those confirmed choices that were on board already, or ones that they were hoping to get?
Well, the fact you were meant to tweet at them and tell them to do it, I think they were the ones.
I think it was.
Yeah.
They were aiming for, yeah.
We live in a beautiful age, full of joy and happiness.
I don't want to eat Kanye.
You know he's going to be bad for you.
Human skin is best interface. Interface for interaction. I propose this new paradigm in which interactive devices have their own artificial skin. Why? Like skin on interfaces is a research project made by Mark Tesser and all these other people, but I'm sticking with Tesser.
You can thus enabling new forms of input gestures, so you can like teach it to react to you like putting your dick on it.
People are gonna fuck this.
People are gonna put their dick on it.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna slide it up and down their slit.
Put your dick on shit.
They're gonna get one of their they can make a dildo with this stuff on it. Yeah, I was thinking like they strap it like a condom. Oh no, skis. Oh no, skis. Sensory point of view. Yeah, we know how skin works. We live in a strange world.
I just wonder why this is something that like people wasted money on inventing. For what purpose? Like, why do you pinch your shit? Like,
that's what I want to know. Actually, I was about to say that's what I want to know, but then I decided I don't want to know.
Yeah, we're better off. We live in a better world.
Yeah, I have heard about this. This is really interesting.
Oh, hey, this is the Bloodborne story. You're growing eyes inside your brain.
That's sea light. Yeah, tiny human brain grown in a lab has eye-like structure that's sea light. Small blob of human brain grown in a dish has been coaxed into forming rudimentary eyes, which respond to light by sending signals to the rest of the brain tissue. A pair of eye-like structures, similar to those in real lives, round lenses, which normally focus on an image, and a retina, patch of tissue.
Actually, hold on a second. They say that they have been coaxed into growing eyes, which means somebody made this happen on purpose.
Yeah, it was probably some sort of test. Oh my god, look at that word.
This is Bloodborne.
Organoid.
What? Organoid. Oh, sweet.
Organoid.
That's a good word.
That's a good...
That's such a science fiction word.
Let us beginulate the tests on the organoid.
Coax something into growing eyeballs.
That's what
science.
To, like, don't grow your nose.
Science.
Probably like my best guess is probably stem cells.
Yeah.
This can be very useful. Again.
Oh, I can imagine it has
very useful for the blind.
Use. But it's
I think it's gonna have crazy. Like,
I see we're going for the cringe now.
Are we? Oh no.
You know what this is well, don't you, Missy? You have brought much to our table today.
I know.
I like how you say that after we've been talking about celebrity meat.
I can't. It's so bad.
They look like background characters in a 90s video game dancing for like one frame.
Yes.
I found this on Twitter one day, like, because Twitter's a cesspool and I fucking love it, and I'm never gonna leave that. But, yeah. And I found this one day.
Yeah.
Was he grown in the lab?
Somebody needs to tell this guy that he's a Christian. He's not allowed to be this happy.
Hey y'all, this right here is the Bible Slide featuring the Freedom Band. And this time we're about to get holy, 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 holy. Holy, holy, holy. Everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands.
A black man should not be this uncharismatic. I'm sorry, but it must be a crime. Look, what is this hell?
Clap, 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 clap your hands.
Is this what happens?
All right,
when you
we
die?
about to have some spiritual milk. To the left.
What? Spiritual
milk?
Wait, it gets better. It gets
Take
so
a step
much
of
better.
faith. Pray once this time.
Oh.
On the devil, let's stomp. On temptation, let's stomp. Bible slide real smooth. Now praise and shout. Right. To the right. Take a step of faith. Jump out the boat. Right foot, let's
what
go.
Boat? What?
Left foot,
the
let's
ark,
go.
Maybe?
Bible slide now, y'all. Now
I have a question for you. Do you think this is entirely genuine, or are these people trolls?
Oh.
Thank you, Jesus.
I think
Please,
it's entirely genuine.
First comment was Jesus telling them to stop.
Holy.
Yeah,
get right now. To the left.
If Jesus was actually real, he'd be like, I could have
get right to the left.
I should have just let the Romans do whatever the hell they want. I should have just been a carpenter for the rest of my life.
Should have just
Right?
been good.
No. This.
Come alive this time. Right fist, 2
shit.
pumps. Left fist, 2 pumps. Don't look to the left.
This is the reason God stays in heaven and he doesn't want to come back. And the reason his son doesn't want to come back either.
Yeah.
Because of this.
Right?
I also noticed he said, don't look to the left. Why shouldn't we look to the left, Christian?
What's happening over there?
People able to dance and sing and not be you, perhaps?
I think the worst thing about all of this thing is he's actually got a pretty good voice, and he's ruining it like this.
Look at her face. That is the face of a woman who does not want to be there and would blink at the camera if she wasn't constantly monitored.
She's just about to experience some of the spiritual milk, that's all.
Spiritual milk, yeah.
Backslide. It's just a move.
Backslide, all right. Yep, that's true.
Let's win the lost. Go left. Take a scheme back now,
Dude
y'all.
looks like the gaming historian. I was trying to pin down his face. No, John Green from Crash Course History. The guy who wrote Fault in Our Stars.
2 souls this time. 2 souls this time.
No Dark Souls.
Right fist, 2 pumps. Left fist, 2 pumps. Pray on your knees. Pray on your knees.
Get on your
Get
knees.
holy with it. Oh.
Chet says this beat really gets the milk flowing.
Come on. Other side now, y'all. Temptations. Turn them down. The harvest is ready.
That's disturbing. The harvest is ready.
Yeah.
That's what you say before the blood cult begins its work, you know?
Right. Before you reap the souls.
5 souls this time. On principalities, let's stomp. On the bondage, let's stomp. They're not your friends.
No, some of us like
the
that, thank
not
you.
Your friend. On the devil, let's stomp. On
The
temptation,
devil
let's
will
stomp.
like that, though. So.
Behave! Everybody raise your hands.
That's true.
Come on, y'all!
They got possessed by a bunch of 5-year-olds doing the okie.
Yeah. You know what? I was with the song until they started kink shaming. Now I'm out.
Pray it out.
You know, look how happy he is. Oh, I was kind of sitting on him, but I hope I'm happy at something that's level, you know?
Depending on how much they pay when we do, he'd be happy.
I mean, this just reinforces my theory that this might be just trolling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
probably
like
is trolling.
10,000. Well, if it's trolling, it's successful trolling.
Low.
Yeah.
Drop your knees to the floor.
That's maybe because he's dressed like Ned Flanders might be a bit of a giveaway.
Yeah.
How low
Dokily
can you
dokily.
go? He can bring it to the top. He can raise your face up. He can bring it to the top. One hop. Right foot now. Walking out now, y'all.
Have you all seen the Simpsons movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably heard the line where it says, well, something, give me a minute. Now remember, boys, before you don't forget to thank the Lord for this bountiful penis.
Yeah.
Bountiful penis.
Bible slide real smooth.
Real smooth.
Turn the devil down.
That's where the spiritual milk comes from, by the way.
The right.
Yep.
Take his kingdom back now, y'all. Don't fall this time. Don't fall this time. Win, win.
Win, win.
Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Shake off the dust to ride.
You look to the right.
Shake off the dust to ride.
You're not supposed to do that.
Win, win.
God's sad now.
Win, win.
He's my dad.
He's your friend.
Wait,
He's
hold
coming
on.
back again.
Hold on. Isn't like shaking off the dust like a rude gesture to the Hebrews?
And that seems like it fits in. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that being intentional.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
y'all. He's coming back again.
Again.
I ask it because
Is that rude? Asking the Jew.
Yeah, basically they shake the dust off at someone's doorstep because I have a music theory professor who's also extensively studied theology, and I think it was in the Book of Mark. Basically, Jesus tells all of his apostles to go and do their business, and if they reject him, he tells them to basically to shake the dust off their sandals at their doorstep, which is considered a rude gesture.
Yeah.
Left. He's kingdom back now, y'all. The lost.
You guys knows I love him. I'm not being racist. He's
What?
Jewish, so.
Who?
I was asking Two Guns if it actually is something that's offensive, and I said I was asking him because I was asking the Jew. But
you could maybe not start by calling him the Jew.
Yeah, he's the Jew.
The cross. He's alive. Let's jump. He's alive. Let's jump.
Good. Two Guns, my dear friend, the Jew.
Right fist, let's pump.
He knows I'm joking. I love Two Guns.
What? What? Did he just have a realization just how terrible all this is?
I think he just
Probably.
realized this is probably going on YouTube. That's the face of a wait. This is going to be uploaded on YouTube.
Don't slide to the right.
He was like, oh
He's
shit.
probably realizing that the devil will probably treat him better.
Bible slide now.
Oh God, he'd have way more better. He had better rhythm.
Turn the devil down.
Yeah.
Especially
I
in
mean-
South Park. The devil in South Park was actually pretty
Stand
nice.
firm now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proclaim
Yeah,
now, y'all.
Satan just needs a hug.
No, apparently he doesn't. So. What are you gonna do?
Now.
No.
Bring
Like,
him out.
yeah.
Praise and shout.
Yeah. 'Cause-
I still just love the fact that not only did somebody make that comment, but it was the very first one. Beautiful.
Well, he is the son of God. He had that power.
Remember, y'all.
Or according to certain
Satan
parts of
loves you
Christianity,
more.
he is the Lord.
Yeah.
Doesn't the Trinity mean that all three parts of the trilogy are actually just different aspects of the same person?
It's really
so God and
complicated.
Jesus are the same person.
Yeah, and then of course you've got other people like I think the Mormons believe that Jesus and Mary were God and Jesus were literal father and son. They don't believe that at all. They believe it was more of a vague metaphor, and it's convoluted. There were wars fought over this, and as for this, I have no idea what this is, but apparently it gets weird. Oh shit.
think I'd be more than mildly sad at this point.
Don't worry, she gets a house. Or at least a fixer-upper.
Oh, this is a game ad?
Yeah, but it's got a little bit of a well, you'll see.
What?
Wait, what? Where's Granny going?
Grandma, what did you do?
Was Granny dealing coke out of the fucking...
Wait, did Granny burn the house down in the first place?
Oh,
wait, what?
Shit!
What?
Granny's a murderer.
Who's alive? What?
Somebody's alive.
Merge mansion. Buy now in the Google Apps.
What the fuck?
That's for real? That's like a real thing that I can go play right now?
Apparently, don't let the ad fool you. It's probably some really crappy version of like Farming Simulator.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, I am.
Well, what the fuck? Like, first, like this game looks mobile as fuck.
Oh, extreme.
Okay, I'm looking up right now.
What did Granny do? Is Granny a Satanist?
Look at this. She's just.
Wow.
So the whole ad is okay. So apparently her husband died.
Oh my god, it's a real thing.
I don't know. I have no idea what she said about at the beginning.
I'm totally downloading it right now.
I have no idea what she's sad about at the beginning. They don't give us any indication at all.
Well, as far as I can tell, the way she's dressed, she's like out of a wedding, and then she noticed her house burned down. Her grand's the only one who helps her.
I mean,
gets this
I don't see where we're getting the leap of her husband died. Why would she be wearing a wedding dress then? Maybe he walked out at her on the altar or something.
Yeah, probably. He really didn't show up. He left her standing there.
So it's standard, like it's standard cookie clicker, and then suddenly this it goes from this to
suddenly grandma gets arrested for who the fuck knows what.
Right, like he's alive. Look how sinister she looks too.
Yeah.
The sinisterness. That's why I downloaded.
Who's alive? What the fuck is going on?
I'm going to let you know. I just downloaded it.
It's gonna be disappointing unless it. Yeah,
I don't.
What the fuck?
I don't know if the game. Yeah, I don't know if the game's even gonna tell us. I hope so, but I don't know.
No one knows.
Downloading.
I think Skep has it figured out. What a twist! Game directed by M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Speaking of, has anyone gone and seen that fucking old movie yet?
It's on my to-do list.
What?
There's a new M. Night Shyamalan movie out called Old.
Never heard of it.
Okay, so I don't know if we can play like the trailer for it or anything because I don't want like to get like the stream fucked or anything. But basically, this family goes onto a beach and they're having like a good time or whatever, and something happens. And all of a sudden they realize that for every like hour that passes or half hour that passes, they age a year.
Oh.
So the kids that like showed up when they were like one of the parts of the trailer, like in the beginning, the girl was 6 years old. And then at one point in the movie, she's like a fucking like young woman giving birth somehow.
Damn, she got pregnant fast.
Right. That's like the whole thing is bugged out and there's like dead bodies and they got to figure out why they're there. And like, I just didn't, it's always some weird fucking dumb twist. And he always messes with my fucking emotions.
I mean, I like
the
premise of what the hell's going on, but his twists are usually really lame.
That's what I mean. He always messes with my goddamn emotions. That's why I'm like,
The Happening.
Are they just going to be tripping?
I haven't even seen it, and I'm not going to bother.
Yeah, cough. The terrible twist films that Disney's been putting out.
I think I'll watch it if I'm in the mood of just watching something new. But I mean, there's other films out there I'd probably want to watch first.
Didn't people like that one with the what was it, water spirit or mermaid or something? The girl in the pool or something.
Yeah, that was a.
I've heard good things about that, but I haven't seen it.
That one was all right. I think that was the one, like one of the first ones I had ever seen of him, and I was like, okay, like I kind of liked that. You know, like,
yeah, I like Sixth Sense as well.
I was thinking Sixth Sense. I suppose we should.
But he says some other weird shit. Yeah.
I suppose we should talk about this.
Okay, there was another one. What was the other one that was really stupid? The Village.
Oh, that was shite.
One where they were like ended up and then they're like just in like a wildlife fucking reserve or whatever the fuck.
No, they
wants to know. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying that the premise of it, the twist was that they all thought they were like in the 1700s, but all their parents took them out of the modern world to live like fucking Amish.
Oh yeah, that, and then the people, the monsters
were all their parents trying to keep them.
Thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Skep is wants to know why in that movie Old, why don't they just leave the beach?
They can't. They tried to, and it like brings them right back to the beach or something.
They're trapped.
No.
Well, I guess they're not going to last more than a few days then.
They don't, like, they're like one of the people were like old when they got there, and their body was like decomposing by noon or something.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this, because a lot of people have been saying a lot of different things on it.
I have seen so many complete lies about what's happening here.
I honestly have been told lies I probably believed, so I need to look at something like at least. Well, actually, before we click, I want to make sure that whatever I'm clicking on doesn't have TNA. You know,
like look at this shit on this that was on the screen on Twitter right there. That was a blatant lie.
Right, they're not banning.
We're kicking everybody out. No, they're not. They're not banning porn.
They're not banning porn. Like I saw something yesterday on Twitter that a girl who works or who does OnlyFans posted something that they had sent to her, and it explained what is actually happening.
Oh, hey, Cork-based OnlyFans star. You can go visit her.
I'm sure she'd love that. Some random stranger looking like me walking towards her. So I hear you have an OnlyFans.
It's not true, though, Skep.
I'm your biggest OnlyFan.
The thing that I saw is not there. They're not banning porn. It's certain kinds of porn.
Like the weird, super extreme stuff.
Right. Like the super extreme, like you can't poop on people and you can't violently fist people, and there's no like dog fucking allowed anymore, which I didn't know was a thing.
Well, it's going to make that one girl sad, isn't it?
So, what's this going on then? Starting in October, the company will prohibit creators from posting material with sexually explicit conduct on its website, which many workers use to sell fan explicit content. They'll still be allowed to put up nude photos and videos, providing they're consistent with OnlyFans policy.
Yeah,
so,
which is also that's already misleading right there too.
Like, that's what I mean. That's that right there is it's two contradicting statements. The thing that I don't know if I can find it. Let me go look at my Twitter and see if I can find it for you.
Oh yeah, there also saw a thing from one of the top members of the FaZe Clan telling the 6 workers get a real job. I'm like, bitch,
it is a real job.
Sex work is the oldest fucking profession on earth.
Yeah.
I love how when people say, like, go get a real job, like sex work is one of the oldest professions on fucking earth.
It is the most time-honored profession that exists.
Yeah.
They don't say that for nothing. They don't just say that to make it sound cool. Like there's literal depictions of prostitutions with the gladiators in Rome.
Oh, you can go back before
and it was
Rome.
Like an honor to be a prostitute, to sleep with a fucking gladiator. Like this was like a big thing. Like obviously little girls didn't grow up like I want to be a prostitute. But
well,
like,
in some
if
cultures
you fell
they did.
Into it wasn't that bad.
No, I mean, like, they used to be called, in the earliest known, they were called the priestesses of the temple. In Gilgamesh, they're talked about, where it was a more religious angle. In Cyprus, apparently, every wealthy woman at some point had to basically become the town bicycle. Anyone could go and just go.
The fuck?
Yeah. and it was considered a rite of passage. You know, it depends on the culture. Like geisha would be a great example of a different idea of what culture might think of prostitution.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, we can actually look at a bit of happy news, a little bit of good news for a change. Wouldn't that be nice? So yeah, round one of child tax credit payments / hunger rates. Who'd have thunk it? Monthly payment up to 300 per kid, 5 and 250 each kid under 18. Results of one.
Oh, this is the thing where they get tax rebates for having kids. Is that what this is?
I think so. I think you have to reach you have to be below a certain threshold of income, and then they'll give.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it fell dramatic, but it's worked. It's starting to work because now they have enough money to feed their kids. Government findings shows that multi-payments have a major immediate impact on millions of households, bolstering Joe Biden's push to extend the tax credit past the end of this year, which is set to expire. Here we go. This is the numbers I'm looking for. Before the first tranche. Okay. Tax credit payments hit bank accounts mid-July. 11% of households with children report they sometimes or often did not have enough to eat in the past week. After a month went out, the rate dropped to over 8%. Then it decreased nearly 24%, lowest rate recorded since the beginning of the pandemic. So this is good because it's showing people that it works. Now maybe they can, keep it up and maybe expand it.
Yeah, didn't President Biden also expand SNAP benefits?
I only heard of SNAP.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
SNAP?
What's that?
Oh, well, let me look it up real quick.
Oh, here we go. No, they're talking about it right here. Increased supplemental nutrition assistance program benefits, which is SNAP. Yeah. So it's basically just money for food, basically.
Yeah, basically is what it is.
Benefits overall hunger rates plummeted 40%, which is to say it's good is an understatement. This is a pretty good thing, but hopefully they keep it up and they keep it they keep adding to it. But I mean, again, will America do that? Biden's not in a very strong position right now post Afghanistan and with the Delta variant sweeping. But he'd probably lose a few seats in Congress and
how dare he create a new variant of COVID? That wasn't very nice of him.
There'd be probably some people who believe that shit.
Yeah, I just posted a Hill article following up to Biden increasing SNAP benefits.
Ooh, is this who I think it is? Yes, we've probably seen this guy before at this point now.
I respect freedom. I know, look, he's disrespecting an elderly. Do you know what I respect?
She didn't even ask him to put his mask on. She asked him to not stand so close to him. And look how empty the train is. Instead, he lost his shit. He just come out of an anti-mask, anti-vax protest.
Yeah. If you respect freedom, how about you respect her freedom to not have assholes in her face?
What do you respect? What do you respect? What up? Take a seat. Sit down.
Nationalists.
Sit the fuck down. That's right.
No respect, not you.
Look at this fat piece of shit.
Low energy. I am going to send you this article here. Because this is the one I was talking about. Again.
Is that Keemstar? He's bold enough. Hey, not all bald people. You wouldn't say that to Simon Whistler or Binging with Babish.
Or us.
Well, I was
Don't
trying
make
to
me racial again, you garden gnome.
There.
That's baldest.
Twitter, Dean.
Okay, let me check. While I'm checking, guys, if you haven't already, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you are enjoying the stream. Don't forget that we have a links down below for to follow me on Twitter and to follow me on and to join our Discord, as well as follow our guests. Their links are down there. And if you could help out, we have a stream goal. That would be kind of cool if we could reach, but it's never a requirement. It would be always awesome if we could. Let's have a check then. So yeah, this guy. Oh, by the way, that guy. He
One Punch Amanda.
Yeah, people found out where he worked and found out where he lives. So he's basically being a target of like a stalking campaign. And while I think he's a piece of shit, that could get pretty dangerous. So might not be the best.
All right. So what One Punch Amanda is saying is that the articles that are spreading around that the company in October is getting rid of porn is not sourcing their information. They're not giving the actual information. And as long as the models do not practice anything in the second screenshot, they will be completely fine and they can continue to do whatever it is that they are doing on OnlyFans to make their money.
Okay. It's when I clicked on the link, it said the link doesn't exist. So let's have a look.
Yeah, let's do the second screenshot there.
Yeah. Incest, bestiality, violence, rape, lack of consent, hypnosis. Okay. Intoxication.
Intoxication is a little weird.
Yeah. Well, that's no
I don't know if that means like the weird, like some. I've seen some porns where, they like the ones that are like drunk, blackout drunk, or the ones that like pretend to be like GHB, like it's. I think it's open to interpretation, but as long as you're not like, doing scatological stuff.
Scatological? Like how you said that.
I don't know if I said that.
Scatological?
Yeah, Mozart would probabably like that.
Just not pooping on people.
Yeah,
don't poop on people, and you'll be okay.
Which is a good. It's a good. I'm gonna king shame here, but it's kind of a good lesson in life. Don't poop on people.
Right.
Unless they want you to.
Hi, Melissa, Boomer of the Night. How are you doing, sweetheart?
Boomer of the Night.
She's an absolute sweetie pie.
Well, I do know for a fact that Mozart would enjoy it.
Well, it's Melissa, it's nice to see a fellow boomer around here.
Yeah. Grandar,
welcome to Boomer.
Grandar doesn't have to be the only boomer anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you hear Sean Locke died, or do you actually know who Sean Locke is?
Never heard of him.
No.
Anyone
I
here?
heard he died, but I didn't know like who he was. I had to look up who he was when I heard that he had passed.
British comedian, fucking legend. It took me a long while to find some clips of his stuff that wouldn't get copyrighted because they're so short and they're not really like connected to any direct accounts. But yeah, this is him on QI, Stephen Fry's old show, and it's
talking about a plant that's a lavatory and a way of saying that Versailles, which is one of the most elegant palaces in the world, in its day was full of people who never bathed and whose idea of hygiene was clearing poo from corridors once a week.
Just human poo? They're human
yes,
poo?
human poo.
Just have a crap in the corner?
Basically.
Right, just chatting away to a lady. Oh, mademoiselle de la Beauvoir de Verre. I've mangé... excuse me a minute. No, that was German. Versailles maintenant to put out. They're not fanning themselves.
So when we broadcast this bit, can we get proper subtitles for what Sean?
Oh, I absolutely loved him. He was great on 8 out of 10 Cats and the Buzzcocks. He was on a lot of these panel shows, which don't really do too well in America, with the exception, I suppose, of like Whose Line Is It Anyway? That was pretty successful over in the States. But
not really a panel show, though.
No, but it's the closest thing you guys really have to them, or they.
Oh no, they have utter bullshit like The View.
I suppose technically that's a vague, distant relative. Here's another one.
But the reference in the Bible to the fiery lake or whatever is from Revelations, where it does say those who practice the magic arts will be cast into burning sulfur. So,
how about balloon animals?
The punishment for people who do balloon animals is not specified in Revelation.
You're
You're off.
I think it's loneliness. I think punishment.
This guy's pretty good.
Beyond the tip of the iceberg, I'd love to show you some of the stuff from Channel 4, but recently Channel 4 reminded me that I'm not allowed anywhere near them. So, alas. But yeah, it was such a tragedy. Cancer, skin cancer. He wasn't 60 yet.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that's a shame too. Like Alan Rickman wasn't that old.
That's true. Oh yeah, this
apparently
is
neither was this guy. Oh yeah,
this is a weird one. Twitter frog account says selects relocation with the Taliban secures the safety of Spanish diplomats after government fails. It's like one of those random word generators that puts together a conversation. With a Pooja frog avatar negotiate with Taliban fair and humane treatment of Spanish citizens in the nation's embassy. Spanish government has seemingly
so basically it's a variation on Pepe the Frog.
Yeah. Just proving the age-old thing that Pepe can be a force of good as well as evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of what's happening right now. Leftists are basically taking over the Pepe.
Well, yeah, Voch is it in his chat. Frogs.
Yeah.
Give us the frogs. What's your favorite frogs?
Yes.
So basically, this troll meme account is doing more good than governments are right now.
Right. Well, that's just the world that we're living in.
Yeah, isn't it?
Hell, didn't Tarantino raise tons of money to get people out of Kabul? He raised like something like $5 million. I remember hearing.
I hope so.
Probably did. Of course, I'll be surprised if Jon Stewart did it too.
Yeah. Jon Stewart's probably going to look after a lot of the troops who are just going to be tossed by the wayside in America's latest embarrassed war. He's going to make sure they get a little bit of help. But I mean,
yeah, I got this from.
Didn't like Jon Stewart.
I got this from one of the better Go ahead.
Yeah, didn't like Jon Stewart help the 9/11 responders get the healthcare that they should have gotten 10 years ago?
And Mitch McConnell tried to stop it, and he was shot down by the rest of the congressional hearing. And there's this great picture of him looking like a Saturday morning cartoon villain, going like, "Rrr."
Why the fuck do the people of Kentucky re-elect him? Why?
Who knows?
What were you going to say there, Frendar?
I said I got this one from actually one of the more amusing Lotus Eater videos. Which is how I found out about it. They were having a good giggle over the whole thing. Oh my god. That thing's huge. Tricked you.
You little shit.
Y'all probably heard about the Hassan situation.
Nope.
I know something's going down with him, but I'm like a day or two behind from that level of community involvement. So by the time I find out, it's already old news.
Basically Hassan has a $3 million home in LA, which is not really that much in the LA real estate market.
Right. Yeah, people are complaining that Hassan.
Who's Hassan?
That big leftist Twitch dude.
Oh, Hassan Piker?
I think so,
yeah. Hassan Piker or Hassan the Bun. He's known as the Twitter ratio king.
That's a cringe name already.
People were throwing...
basically 2 times in a row, he basically trolled Keemstar, saying, "Don't make me ratio again, you old garden gnome."
Which is half true. I'd say he's a middle-aged garden gnome.
He's getting too old.
Yeah, he recently did go through a midlife crisis apparently, and you know what? I'm actually surprised he had.
He's still in his midlife crisis. He's dating some 20-year-old.
I saw the girl.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I heard about that and didn't like. What the? Why is my mic clipping? Oh, anyways, didn't Ethan Klein go after Keemstar for that, and then his channel gets deleted?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Because Keemstar pointed out, which I get everyone doesn't like Keem. I get it. He's not a good dude, he's an asshole. I'll never say that Keemstar is not an asshole, right? But he has a very big point when he was saying, you know, like, if he makes a video about Ethan, he's sent emails saying that he's being threatened, like, with removal from the partnership program because he's bullying. But if Ethan makes videos about him, it's completely fine. So why is it okay for one to do it, but not the other to do it? I know, like, you know, like, as much as you don't like Keem, he has a point. And okay, he's got a 20-year-old girlfriend. Who the fuck cares? She's not a minor. She's 20.
So
I saw some title that was like, Keemstar is dating a 20-year-old child.
Well, how old is Keemstar?
39.
Okay, that's kind of cringe, but it's really their business, right?
Exactly. And like, okay, double it a couple of years. Say, you know, she was 40 and he was 59. Would we, you know, still be like, oh, you know, like, we maybe, but like, you know, like, it's, she's not a kid. Like, she's 20. She's old enough to make her own decisions. If she wants to sleep around with Keemstar for a little bit, she's not marrying the dude. Yeah, maybe she will marry the dude. I don't fucking know. Maybe she found her.
I mean, I wouldn't even want him to touch me, but that's me, you know. Right, I have self-respect.
That's her choice, and she's 20 years old. She is not a minor. There's nothing like,
no, she's just dumb apparently, but that's just her problem.
Yeah, she's got
right.
It
is on her. This is her decision. Like, people coming after him saying like, "Oh, she's not a minor. She's an adult.
She can make her own mistakes."
Right? Like, it's just.
Honestly,
I'm way too invested, and I think it's ridiculous.
I don't know.
Let him have his fucking girlfriend. Like, he's going through a divorce. Let him fuck a 20-year-old for a while. Like, get over it. If you were fucking 39 going through a divorce, you would want to be fucking a 20-year-old. I can guarantee you that.
Honestly, I don't. So long as it isn't anyone who would also want to fuck you, I suppose that would be true. But
that's her, you know, she has her own regrets that she's gonna have to live with in life. We all have them.
Honestly, I think that the whole thing, like, I don't really know or really care too much about it. My problem with Keem isn't that he's like going after a girl in her 20s. My problem with Keem is that he's a bit of a leech for like drama. And that's, I suppose you could argue, it's his job. But, I mean, this is how he does it. He could maybe not be so much of a...
Yeah, but it's his job because he made it his job.
Yeah, it's kind of like an ambulance shader that happens to be good at chasing ambulances, you know? Right. I'm not really a fan of him, but you're right. Like, it is her decision, and it's his decision. And people going out, and if...
And they're adults. They're two adults. Like, you can't, you know, like... fuck out of here.
Okay, I need to make a correction. Okay, Ethan Klein, he only got a strike. He was suspended for 7 days.
Oh yeah, no, it's
on YouTube.
I know it's. I've seen him. I follow him on Twitter, and he does post up my new videos coming out soon. So I was assuming. Let's watch this because I don't know the full context to it, but it's creepy as fuck. Apparently, I think Sofane posted this.
I mean, all those skulls are already a bad start.
In terms of where the bones
the hair is too.
Came from China, Russia, or India.
Oh, that's right. People were asking where his skull collection came from, and he's like, "I got it from countries that don't ask too many questions."
No.
People are
in India, there was a government-sponsored program that allowed individuals to donate.
Hold on, pause. Sorry, Missy, I couldn't hear what you're saying. Could you start that over?
No, that's why people are questioning me, like, how ethical his bones are, or I don't remember how it's worded, but like, if he got his bones in an ethical way, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Did they go?
And people are questioning that now.
Science. Unfortunately, throughout history, this ended up being individuals of lower caste systems or seen as the untouchables in society. These skulls were cleaned, prepared in India, and then later sold to companies that were then suppliers to institutions and medical professionals. The companies include Kilgore International, Adam Ruley, Milliken & Lonley, Sultan Sons, Carolina Biological Supply, Charles Ward, and Clay Adams. And this is where we source all of our medical remains from. Since most of these companies are either out of business or no longer sell human remains, our goal is to source what's left in the US and try to put them back into the medical field, since the majority of them are in the private market. To confirm that the skull wasn't grave robbed or from any other illegal manner, we make sure that it has the correct preparations or medical markings to infer that it came from one of these companies.
But, like, couldn't then the company have gotten them from a place that was, like, really dodgy? Like, where did they get them from?
Yeah.
Or like how easy is it to counterfeit that mark right there?
A little triangle, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, is it just me, or is the phrase "company selling human remains" just very squidgy?
This is pure grave robbing vibes right now. I don't know if he is a grave robber, but I'm getting the
when
vibes.
he's talking about the caste system and stuff, like it's literally just poor people.
Some of those people don't have birth certs.
Like they're born into a society where they're literally not allowed to be buried places, so they have no choice but to,
The fundamental problem is over the last 100 years, over 60,000 skulls have been shipped to Europe, the UK, and America, and there's nobody to claim responsibility for it. So what do? Our goal is to make osteology more accessible for everybody, to raise awareness about the bone trade, and to destigmatize
the bone trade. That is just a morbid as fuck name.
Right, because if he said all of those companies that because he said these are the companies that you can legally get these bones from, right? And then he said all of these companies are out of business now and all the bones are in private collections. So where's the bone trade?
Who the hell wants to have a private collection of people's bones?
My kid wants teeth.
I would say no. I want a skull, but I don't want a human skull. There's something like too much. Like I don't know. Maybe one of my enemies that I defeated in ritual combat, but then I turn him into a drinking skull. You know. If I'm gonna,
goblet made of the skull of my enemy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind someday. I wouldn't mind someday owning Trumpster Bob's skull.
Hell yeah.
Let him know. Send him an email and ask him if you can have his skull after he dies. See what he says.
Trump. That does remind me, though. We should check in on our boy himself, Trumpster Bob, and see what he's up to.
Oh Jesus!
Has been an age, hasn't it?
Hey, Kilo.
Okay, let's see. Communist ketchup. What the fuck?
Good morning, America. How are you?
He has nowhere else to put his Santa hat, so he leaves it up there all year round.
Oh, this is in his old place.
Oh, has he moved?
So how many people knew
that
the Heinz Ketchup Company was a globalist company?
I did, because I've had it in numerous countries, just making it globalist.
Nobody's surprised, Bob.
Started up by the direct descendants of Hitler.
Oh, because they're Nazis?
Yeah. Everything's descended from Hitler to this guy.
Heinrich.
Oh, wait. No. He's actually, believe it or not, I think he's right here. I remember QI from earlier? They actually had the connection between the Nazis and the Heinz Corporation. There is a very distant connection between one of the offshoots of the family and one of Hitler's offshoot family. Like, it's so distant.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. I don't think he's entirely wrong.
Heinz Hitler, in particular, his family went on to create Heinz Ketchup, bring it to America.
No.
And pay Democrats to turn America communism.
Is he saying Hitler made ketchup?
How exactly is ketchup going to turn people communist?
No, he said communism.
Also, secondary question. What the fuck does communism have anything to do with Hitler?
Third, why does he have Super Mario's hat up there in the background?
Yeah. Do.
And there were several Hitlers. A lot of people don't know he actually had offspring, and he actually had other family Hitler members.
Well, yes, a family means more than one person.
But the Heinz family married into the Hitler family, and the combination of those families created the descendants of Heinz ketchup.
Yeah. Can we
What's your point, Bob?
Can we look at his family history? We just find a lot of goats and people who look very similar to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
His family is amongst the most communist of families on planet Earth.
How?
I don't know about you, but me, I don't buy Heinz ketchup. I purchase other brands of ketchup.
Yeah, just look at the founder, Henry J. Heinz. He died in 1919.
I don't know whatever made Heinz ketchup popular.
Is there any connection between, like, did you check up, like, Hitler, Heinz connection?
In America.
No, I'm looking, but I can't find it.
Go figure, huh?
Yeah, he was born in 1844.
Almost like Trumpster Bob's full of shit.
No.
And died in 1919.
Yeah, corporations selling ketchup for profit. How very communist, says Skep.
So I looked up Hitler made ketchup, right? And the very first thing came a Wikipedia page that says Heinz Hitler. Heinrich Heinz Hitler is the son of Alois Hitler Jr. and his wife Hedwig Hellman. Is also a nephew of Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, I knew there was a connection, but of course to him, that's like. But
that doesn't mean he made ketchup. That just means the dude's name was Heinz.
But that's
basically they're two different people.
Yeah.
Also, this is the martial artist guy I was talking about earlier.
I want to see this. I kind of like the douchey sort of shirt he's wearing there.
Oh yeah, and remember, this is the guy who got brought up on charges for diddling kids too. So nobody's a winner in this fight. Look at this spindly little bastard that he is. You can tell how much more scrawny he is when you see him from the side like this. Look at him; he's like a skeleton.
Skeleton with a paunch.
Yeah, somehow.
He looks.
It's a beer belly.
He looks like. Did you ever see The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
Yeah.
No.
Do you remember when? Grim tried to become a male model, and they put a bunch of like fruit and like meat into like a bag for his stomach?
Yes.
That's what his stomach is. It's just a collection of like fruit and like sausage links.
That's hilarious.
I remember this place. It looks so tacky. Oh.
Yep.
Bitch boy! Slap bad! Woo!
Get him!
I like the guy with the guitar just running in here. Is this why he had to leave the place?
Get him, Trumpster Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Look at his butthole.
He's getting his ass kicked.
Show you his butthole.
Isn't it sad when you have to cheer for Trumpster Bob because the other guy's worse?
True, but what's this? Connor's Entertainment Live music is what feelings sound like.
Wait, hold on. I don't know Trumpster Bob very well. Did he live in a community home?
Yeah, he said it was
sort
his
of
mansion, and he probably was just paying like a bit of rent for his tiny little room, which looked like one of the smaller rooms. I got to be honest with you there. and
basically he got kicked out.
Challenge. Yeah,
no,
I think
he didn't get kicked out.
Oh, okay.
Did he just move
Not that I've heard of. I think that's where he's living now. See this room here. This is a different place.
Oh, okay.
This is not in that place.
No, I thought it was inside that mansion.
Ocasio-Cortez.
No, he's got a different set now. This is his old place.
Oh, okay.
He might have gotten kicked out of the old place, so I'm not sure.
You know what this room needs? 1,000,000% more flags.
I know you're a Muslim.
Actually, whose channel is this from? His channel or
Trumpster Bob Clips?
I know this. Okay, yeah. So Trumpster Bob Clips posted this year, but he did not make this year.
Okay,
it's just an old.
He made this at least a year or two ago.
Call you out on this issue.
Well, let's have a look at his new place then. Trumpster.
Oh my God, is this guy serious? Did he seriously call AOC a fucking Muslim?
Oh yeah, well you really don't know a lot about Trumpster Bob.
You didn't. You have not heard about how he demanded she prove she's not.
No.
I've never heard of this guy.
The challenge is the best part.
The challenge is the best part.
You have to explain to him, please.
Okay. All right. So the challenge was he wanted her to publicly post pictures of her vajayjay so that she could prove that she still has a clit and therefore is not a Muslim.
Oh, God.
Because it hasn't been cut off.
Oh God, the female circumcision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I mean, why would she even be a Muslim in the first place? Isn't she like Latina or something?
Yeah, she's she's Hispanic, I think. And obviously Hispanics are commonly Catholic. Like, hold on, let me see.
Oh no,
that's not how you pronounce Muslim.
I just hear my pronunciations aren't very good. Like sometimes I'll say diabetes or diabetes.
What's going on, America?
This is his new place.
There's been a couple of little silly, I call them adult people with, kids' minds, trying to play games on people and attack people with made up innuendo that's not true. Sort of like, kids when they get upset, they reach up in the air and they make up a story, and then they say it so that just because they said it, it must be true. Well,
Trumpster Bob
like
is
yourself, you mean? Yeah.
One part Paul's ego and one part Good Time Johnny in terms of their facial structures and the beard.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you combine the two of them, you'd have what he'd look like. Nothing what they'd sound like. Well, maybe a little bit of Good Time.
This has been happening recently, unfortunately.
Well, I do know for a fact that Paul's ego is just a bit smarter than Trumpster Bob.
This is smidge.
I don't have anything to do with Las Vegas casino nights. Those people are very, very good people, very reputable people. They do all kinds of fundraisers to help out charities.
Okay, but you were clearly living in a place that was probably partly funded by them, by the looks of it. So,
if you want to get married, birthday parties.
We don't have time to look at this crazy old man. We have times. We have just enough time to watch one more thing, and then we have to wind down with our two sweet boys.
Yeah, I just looked it up. AOC is Catholic.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you ever hear him saying anything, it's not true.
Yeah.
So, that's just a good rule for life. Or if it is true, then it doesn't. We haven't watched a single Karen video today, unless you count Trumpster Bob.
Oh God.
Karen's in the wild.
What? Karen leaves dog in car for 40 minutes.
I'm standing here. You came at me. You touched my door in my car. Do you own my vehicle? Do you want me to call?
No, I don't want to kiss you, lady. Back off.
And you put your hands on me first. You can back away. Fine.
You
fine. And you have them recorded. Hello.
Hello.
You children. You just put your hands on
40
me.
minutes.
Leave me alone.
That tattoo, I normally like tattoos, but that one just for some reason doesn't look good.
How do you love these people that they all lean up and get right up in your face, and then they complain when you touch them to push them away?
40 minutes. Okay, Colin, you're on hold.
40 minutes.
You know what I am. You have not and I did come. We've been in for 20 minutes, not even, and my car has
Do you know how long you're supposed to leave your dog in the car?
What if your dog's soaking wet?
Do you know? Do you know you can take your dog inside the stores?
His beard is lopsided.
Do you know you can take the dog inside?
You should take your dog inside if you want to.
You can. You can, but you can't leave him in the car more than 5 minutes.
And the only reason my dog's shaking is because you fucking broke and entered in my car and touched my private property.
Property.
No, bitch, listen.
My private property.
You fucking touched my property. sorry you're upset.
No.
I was trying to help.
Regardless, though, if you did want to call the cops, we should all be honest.
Oh, Jesus
you never
Christ.
should have touched someone else's car.
Don't touch my
Jesus Christ.
Stop yapping.
Yeah, we do.
Embarrassing yourself in front of
Not
your
at all.
As soon as you touch someone else's
And
car,
that's
you
why you're
broke the law.
fucking
Not
probably
at all.
alone, divorced
Not
ass
at all.
whore.
Not at all.
Bruh.
Don't leave your dog in a car on a hot day. Period.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can preach to that.
And we're gonna make sure
Gladly.
you're safely. What?
Ooh. We have a bit of Karen Karma
You know what?
after
I'm not
this.
trying to scare you.
I
I'm
know the
trying to
perfect
help
one to
your
cleanse
dog.
us
You
from
left
this
the car for 40 minutes.
lovely human
Where did
sperm
you feed that?
once they manifest.
Goddamn wake stain. Job, you
Just remember, that sperm could have gone into a Kleenex instead.
What?
Are we going to weigh up the pros and cons?
How did I know whose car it was?
Instead of making these people.
Yeah.
Post Nook Clarity versus this. Oh, we got a slur. An unusual. You don't normally hear the S slur being used like that these days. It's a dying art, a scummy art that needs to die fast enough.
Fix?
Is that supposed to be a Mexican people one?
Yep.
Or is that somebody else?
No, that's a Mexican people one.
Mexican, yeah. Okay.
Airport Karen.
God, what you do this time?
Wow, look at that one.
Yeah. She looks like a giant, a giant
What's,
lemon tart.
what did Shani do this time?
This one's like half the size of Shanny.
I was gonna say that's Shani if she
Shani
really
ate this
pulled
lady.
herself. Yeah, really pulled herself together. No. 3 cops for this one.
They are helping you, lady.
See that one back there trying to hold back laughter?
They put her in the chair.
It's pre-flight entertainment.
It really is.
What?
You know what? Actually, if I was in that airport, I would be thinking, I am so glad this lady's not going to be on my plane.
Yeah.
Wonder what the fuck she did.
Yeah.
For real.
She just lost her shit. But
I don't know.
Why they were like holding her
Probably
feet
pissed
like
off
that.
security. Yeah,
because
because
did they need the?
Probably.
Yeah, probably just pissed off
They had to
security.
escort her out somehow. She obviously wasn't leaving when they asked her to.
Yeah, maybe she wasn't wearing a mask. Maybe something went wrong with her flights. And I've seen people all my life out of airports just absolutely lose. Airports can be some of the most stressful places on the earth. Like they're just, and I don't blame them. Like airports, like you miss your flight, you miss your connection. It's a Pizza Hut. What were you expecting? Quality pizza?
Pizza the Hut.
Now, from the thumbnails I've seen, shit is going to get real. So I have high hopes for this. Oh, we have the worst case possible, socks and sandals.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, it goes outside.
What is she mad about?
The pizza.
She said there's no sauce.
Yeah.
Go figures.
Oh, there we go. Damn.
Oh yeah, she looks like a Karen.
She didn't want to make me clear.
Hold on.
Oh, this one's on Mac to do it.
Timber.
Oh shit. Employee's not having it.
She is not paid enough to deal with this shit. She's known the joys of not working thanks to the lockdown. The lockdown's over. She's come back. She's had to deal with this shit. She's like, no, I know better now. I know better. I don't need this shit.
Or it could be her last day and she's quitting anyways.
Oh, that would be it.
Yeah.
She's like, you know what? Perfect timing. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of this bitch and just leave.
Manna from heaven comes in through the door screaming about sauce, you know?
Yes.
Hey. Y'all see that shit, right? I didn't touch you. You touched me. I didn't touch you, bitch. You did.
I like how she looks at the person with the phone. She's like, "Oh, I'm being recorded. Good."
Matter of fact, let me call the police myself. Go ahead. Don't come out to me, bro. That's the fuck. Go ahead. You want the fucking law? Go ahead. Touch me again. Yeah, bitch. Touch me again.
Okay, touch her again. It didn't go well for you last time.
It's so good to see a minimum wage employee standing up for themselves, eh?
I typically don't advocate for violence, but
against a Karen.
Yeah.
And for the record,
Bonus Karen.
she did start it with the once she filmed the pizza.
She did.
You know, that's the declaration of war.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Okay, so that's why you call it.
Fuck you recording me right now.
Okay.
Fuck you recording me.
Okay.
Okay.
Why do people freak out about that so much?
You and your fucking phone.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you something to record.
I live here.
I'm so upset.
It doesn't matter.
Like a fucking month?
Doesn't matter.
I'll clap your damn butt cheeks.
Make me.
She sounds like Daria.
You know what? Bitches like.
I was just wondering yesterday what happened to Daria. She's still not giving a shit, even in her 30s
She's
now.
out there. Yeah. She's out there recording bitches.
You are the reason.
Yeah.
There are worse ways of making a
Hold
living.
on. You were the reason for what?
Let's go back and hear it.
Get the fuck
The
out.
reason I clap butt
I live here.
cheeks.
How long have you lived here?
It doesn't matter.
Like a fucking month?
Doesn't matter.
Get the fuck out of here.
Make me.
Hit me, lady.
Bitches like you are the reason cell phones are a thing these days.
What?
Cell phones are what?
Cell phones are a thing these days because of bitches.
No,
like
girl, lady, you're the reason why. We're recording people like you.
They are a thing because of
bitches.
Recording people.
Cell phones are a thing because you are using cell phones.
Yeah.
I don't understand the analogy. I don't get where she was trying to go with that one.
Well, let's see what she says then. What's next?
Because this lady's stupid.
I don't have to do anything.
Bitch, I lived here for a year and a half. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not going anywhere, woman. What is wrong with you? I'm not going anywhere. I'm walking my dog. What is your problem, Karen?
I like how she's like trying to pull seniority.
Come up here. I'll call the cops. I will call the cops.
Oh, here we go.
No, like I want to understand why she started recording her in the first place.
I'm not going to jail for this lady. Get your ass out of my fucking face.
Really?
What is wrong with you?
Come at me, lady.
Really?
That's enough. What is wrong with you? I wasn't doing anything. I'm walking my dog. I am walking my dog.
Get your fucking arm.
I'm not going anywhere.
Nobody's on you. You need to go home.
Why was she recording her in the first place? Like, was she not picking up her dog shit or something?
Maybe. But a lot of these ones, we never find out the secrets.
Yeah.
You just mess with your emotions and get you all around.
Yeah, they edge us. Sometimes,
knowing.
not always, so we can't get too complacent. So, like, we figured out...
I just always try to... I just think it's always funny when these people are like... You're upset about a stranger recording you, but then you freak out and give them people actually something to watch, whereas you could have just gone about your business.
When she called her Karen.
Yeah, like
she knew what Karen was, so she acted like a Karen.
Yeah, it's like you're making yourself into a lolcow. Just continue walking your dog and nothing happens and nobody cares.
I did promise some cute animals. Geronimo the alpaca lives to fight another day as High Court hearing postponed. Government has ordered the alpaca to be euthanized after twice tested positive for bovine tuberculosis, sparking a public outcry and campaign to save the animal. Of course, the alpaca thinks about one thing, and that's it being an alpaca.
So people are trying to save this animal by making it live with a disease?
Well, it was going to be euthanized, a cull,
right? Like
because it had it.
Right. So, like, obviously, it was going to be euthanized because that would be the more humane option in this case.
I guess, but maybe it doesn't. It's not in pain. Its owner, Helen McDonald, believes the tests are returning false. We refused permission to have a third test. Wave of support from the public. More than 13,000 people. A petition called Boris Johnson, who has enough to deal with right now.
Right. He doesn't give a shit about a random alpaca.
Yeah. McDonald's on a farm in Wickwar near Bristol. Imported Geronimo from New Zealand in 2017. Judge said he would need further information. Lawyers told Geronimo first tested positive in September 2017. So as soon as she got it, he had this virus, and
tuberculosis is bacteria.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Residual risk to other animals. Agreed. Biosecurity arrangements are impeccable. Okay, so although if he is infected, he can't. There's like no way he can affect other animals. So, still, it's an alpaca, so it doesn't know what the fuck is going on. It just wants to eat things and spit at people.
Mm-hmm.
A life that we all kind of should be striving for.
Very true.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I've got the first half down pat, and I got the stomach to prove it.
Yeah, I just remember a little thing. I think it was I don't know, my sister got like a job working with like respite kids, and she had to like get tested for tuberculosis.
Okay. It seems
so. Kathleen.
No.
Now just so you know in advance, no matter how bad this gets, he is playing a role.
The football is back today, and the mighty Everton are playing. And I have one request to you.
What's that, Michael?
Fuck off out to the shed for a few months, will ya?
That's often me.
Kathleen, men are sick of being oppressed by women. All over the world, men are being
red-pilled Steve-O. Standing up for all men everywhere.
Oppressed every day of our lives. You won't let us go clubbing. You won't let us make an arse of ourselves. Fuck's sake, you won't even let us vote.
Hold on now, Michael.
That's beside the point, Kathleen. I just want you and all the men in the world to leave us alone while the football is on.
Okay, Michael, sure. Who are we playing?
St. Mary's Young Men's Association, Kathleen.
Who?
St. Mary's Young Men's Association. I know that sounds filthy, but it's not. But the Southampton girls, Kathleen.
The
Saints. Southampton Saints.
I know who they are.
Song. But when the Saints come to play their match, and they're going to lose their match, because Southampton are shite, and we all know Southampton are fucking shite. You know it, Kathleen.
Michael, that was terrible.
That's a beautiful song, I tell ya.
Stop. Sure. Right. What do you think the score is going to be?
It's going to be 3-1 to the mighty Everton. Go on, Dominic, you cunt.
I love Steve-O. He hasn't been making as many stuff with the upcoming big fight and everything, but
he did such a good job with the random awkward pauses.
Yeah.
Michael, where are we going?
I'm going over to Afghanistan, Kathleen, and I'm going driving up to Dublin Airport in the car. Don't worry, I'll leave you in the boot. I'll be back in about 2 weeks. You see, the Taliban have taken over.
The Taliban.
Brooklyn, and they're harassing women in the streets. They're taking them out of their education. They're not allowing them to do driving anymore. Oh, they're harassing them left, right and centre. I did terrible.
So are you going fighting against them?
No, I'm going over supporting them, you con.
I can't wait for that fight of his. It's almost any day now, I think, at this point. All right.
Goddamn wanker.
So let's wrap it up with our sweetest boy in the whole wide world.
Buff Corel.
Buff Corel. I'm looking for Betty Baz pretty soon. So what are you all going to be doing? Brenda, you up first?
I'm going to be playing some Quake.
Ooh, the remaster? The new version?
I don't know, but Quake 1 and 2 just came out on Game Pass, so...
I know they've redone the skins and textures and things like that, so...
let me check real quick to see if it's the remaster or not.
That was an awful
But you guys
lot
go ahead
of
with your stuff.
It was very Irish. I'll just be going to bed, but tomorrow I'm going to be going back to Cyberpunk, so that'll be interesting. And then on Sunday, either more Plague's Tale or more.
But Plague's Tale was good.
Oh,
sorry, a Plague Tale, I should say.
Yeah, a Plague's Tale Innocence, because by the looks of it, they want to do more than one.
Yeah, they've already done more than one. There's a sequel coming out soon.
Nice. I'm gonna look into that.
Oh, and by the way, the Quake does say updated and visually enhanced version. So
I saw LGR play it. But yeah, on Sunday, either that or Kingdom Come Deliverance, where I will be playing it sober instead of drunk, because that combat was a nightmare after a while.
You drunk or your character drunk?
Yes, due to the saving mechanic of that weird ass schnapps that makes you drunk and you save at the same time.
I found a mod that just lets you save infinitely, so
you'd be
I
surprised.
didn't have to actually use those.
I'm not going to be playing all that many mods with this for once.
That's the only mod I used. I just didn't want to have like super limited save options.
I was shocked when that happened. Missy, are you up to anything besides being
Missy?
a badass?
Are you there?
Can you not hear me?
Can now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. No, I have the next 2 nights. I have tonight and tomorrow. I have to work on Sunday. So I might stream with Shab later. And then if I get out of work early enough on Sunday, because we're supposed to have a hurricane, so I don't actually know how late we're going to be open, because it's supposed to be like 80-mile-an-hour winds or some bullshit.
Damn.
So I might not be at work all that long Sunday night. So if I'm not, then obviously I'll be doing the pedantic pedestrian thing with Shab and John Morgan. So I'll do that.
Nice. What about you there, Realize?
I don't know. Probably just gonna be inside because of the fire.
You didn't actually talk about the fire. Like, how far away? You said you could see it, but like you could see the effects. But is it
are you safe? Like you're okay, right?
Yeah, fine.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fine. Just it's far away enough so we're not affected directly by the fire, but doesn't have to affect the air quality.
Yeah, like your breathing is obviously affected terribly. I remember when the stuff was going on in Oregon a couple months ago. I would see the pictures that Jeff Holiday was posting up, like
they were crazy.
The orange, right? Like looking out of his like garage and shit. Like the breathing quality was fucking terrible there. So I can imagine that it's got to be a fucking hell where you are right now. I hope that, stay safe,
Yeah,
like,
the sky's completely gray and the sun is blood red.
Yeah, badass. Take some pictures.
Nuts. Yeah, it sounds really cool. Like for the reasons that it's happening, obviously it's not cool at all, but it sounds really cool. And I just, like, obviously stay safe,
Yeah, I'll try.
Oh, two things. One, this Wednesday, Drunken Crow will be joining me for 3 drinks minimum on one. So, yeah, that should be a good laugh.
He's a fun bird to get trashed.
He is. I don't think I've ever had a conversation with him fully that was where one of us was, where both of us were sober. One of us was drunk at any given time.
I've only had a few conversations with him when he's actually sober. He's usually drunk when I talk to him.
I'm looking forward to it. And one last time, I know he's going to do it. He's going to shill again. I'm just saying that if we want to get the new PC, every little bit helps. So if you could help out, we'd very much appreciate it, Brenda and I. If you could throw a few of the old doubloons down in the description below in our Streamlabs. Not a requirement. It's just this week, last week, and this week I couldn't throw any money in towards it myself. Next week I might, but if a bill comes along, I've got to focus on that, and then I'll be.
We got to get this boy a stronger computer.
Yep, we're actually pretty much almost there. Like we have over 1,000 now, so the hard part is over. But like we have other things we can do with that with future money. So let's wrap this bad boy up. But of course, it's not a requirement. I don't want anyone to think that. I have to remind myself to shill as much as anyone else. So with that said, let's us go on to our sweet boy of the evening, Buff Corell. And what exactly are we going to do in terms of a song? Which one jumps out at you guys?
I'm kind of leaning towards Foo Fighters. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'll go with the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, Foo Fighters.
All right, I'm not going to be a contrarian and say I was kind of looking at the Kelly Clarkson thing because it's a real high pitch, but yeah, maybe.
That's a good reason to avoid it.
Yes.
All right, that's it.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Buff Boy, baby back. No, let us be back again. Tell a friend. Your boy Buff Ruru 122. We back in the flex and the Rex and the checks in the flexor. When your checks in the flexi. Anyway, today we're going to do Everlong. The joint's called Foo Fighters. The band's called Foo Fighters and the joint's called Everlong. On the ones and twos, let's get it out further ado.
Foo Flies.
Foo Flies.
I wonder if the closed caption is going to be able to figure out what he's singing.
That's half the fun.
Let's go. Those moves.
Oh. Oh, yes. Look at that jittering.
Hello, I waited here for you.
It hurt.
Out of the red, out of her head, she sang.
It's got a good beat and tempo that keeps his feet moving.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
Come down and waste away with me. Down with me. Somehow I wanted it to be over my head. Out of her head she sang. And I wonder when I sing along with you if everything could ever feel this real forever. If anything could ever be this good again.
I'm gonna say right now, it's not. It's very much what I expected, except his footwork is a little bit better than normal, and he normally has fantastic footwork. So,
although this is fitting into the model we've come to expect from him, where the better his footwork gets, the worse his singing gets.
Very true.
Only thing I ever ask of you, you gotta promise not to stop when I said when. She said,
using a spell with that
I know a somatic component when I see one.
breathe out so I can breathe you in.
He's literally casting
Dude.
fire.
Yeah.
And now I know you've always been out of your head, out of my head. I sang, and I wonder when I sing along with you if anything could ever feel this real forever.
15.
Anything could ever be this good again.
But he's always 50.
Only thing I
Yes.
ever ask of you is gotta promise not to stop when I say when. She say, and I wonder if everything could ever feel this real forever.
We've heard him hit far worse notes.
If anything could ever be this good again.
So bad. It's so
Yeah.
bad.
You gotta promise not to stop when I say.
Yeah, he's making it work
I
just
liked
because
this
he's him.
song too. I did. He's killing it for me.
You what? We could have picked another one.
I know. I should have picked something
It's-
else that I didn't enjoy.
Honestly, Missy, it's half the fun. Is just how incredibly terrible a singer he is.
100%.
Yeah.
100% half the fun.
It hurts my ears.
Well, he's
Except
gone.
for when he's singing about WAP, and then he actually does a good job.
Wet ass
I'm
pussy.
glad I missed that one.
We got to remember for next time we
His-
have on. Retrospective.
No.
He barely danced at all, but he actually did a good job with the singing for a change.
Okay.
I forgot
Good on you,
Which just
boss.
proves the theory.
one more thing before we go as well. Next week is our 50th episode. Big milestone. And
Huge milestone.
we're going to have Marshall and Marilyn on.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
But we're not quite sure what to do for episode 50. So we really need to. We're running out of time. We really need to sit down. I think maybe we'll just wing it. We won't even have any videos to watch. We'll just talk and maybe.
They're always fun to just chill with. They're a really cute couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not very often you see them being able to be on a show together at the same time too. So that's cool.
Exactly. So it's good because obviously, like they're married. They have a great chemistry together.
Yeah.
It's crazy that we've done nearly 50 of these now. Jesus Christ. But right, so that's us. I hope you've been having fun. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. I want to thank Krendarf and Missy Ann and Realize. Big double plus good Realize for coming in for the win at the last minute. There. And
Yeah. I try.
I will see you guys
Appreciate it.
tomorrow, and we will see you all again next week. So until then, toodle